I got my eyebrows microbladed. Whoa, that was so crazy. I don't know. You know, it's been so many things happening. So I was like, hey, why not?
Personally, I go deal with you. Personally, I rock your body. I promise you go.
Hey y'all, so today we're going to be talking about getting microblading. So I got my microblading done on July 27th. And let me tell you, I had no eyebrows whatsoever. Nothing. Not a zilch. It was bad. But I wanted to change it because I would spend so much time and money every single morning filling in my eyebrows, making sure the arch was matching. This one don't match the other. This day I look like I have eyebrows that are arched to the gods, and the next day I have eyebrows that look like cousins, not sisters. Like, it was a problem. And I just kind of got tired of it, having to spend all that time every morning. I don't like this eyebrow, let me redo it. Going through that process day by day. And it was just like, let me find a solution that's a bit more permanent and something that I like. So I started researching and I found microblading and microshading. And I was trying to find someone local that was in my budget, but decent and decent as in, like, not only knew what they were doing with microshading, microblade, but also knew how to microshade and microblade black hair, black skin, because I know I've seen pictures of people who have gotten it done, and let me tell you, I don't know what was wrong with whoever did they stuff. I don't know if they didn't vet them, whatever it may be, but it looked blue, purple, or pink. Like, it looked like some other color that it should not have been. It was fading. It just was, the person didn't know how to microshade black people. That part was pretty obvious. So I found the brow cat. I'm gonna put her Instagram handle here, but she was someone who actually walked me through the whole process, showed me what her steps were, told me about her mapping it and showing it to you before she does anything permanent, before she starts putting that into your face. She gonna make sure you like that map. And that's one thing that I was very, very, very nitpicky about, because I was telling her, I was like, oh, I don't let nobody near my eyebrows. Like, I'm so serious. Like, I barely had any eyebrows to begin with. So when I tell you I wasn't letting anyone near my eyebrows, I wasn't letting anyone near my eyebrows. Like, I would be the one to clean up my eyebrows. I was the one shaving them. I was the one plucking them. I didn't let anyone thread my eyebrows. I didn't let anyone else shave them or arch it or nothing. No way. I only trust myself. And even then, I'd be like, ooh, am I doing this right? Because I was like, I'm telling you, I barely had any eyebrows to play with. So I'm like, I don't want to play with what I barely got, you know? So I finally figured out, let me try this. Let me try microblading and getting something permanent that's just going to always be done. I don't have to keep worrying about that every single morning. So I did it on July 27th. And after your initial microblading, okay, so I'll tell you the process and how, like, step by step what happens. But after your initial microblading, you have to go back 6 weeks after, and you have to get your touch up. I decided to do my touch up a little bit later, not 6 weeks after. It was more like 2 months after, around September 24th. I just decided to do that because I wanted to fully see how it would look after fully healing the first round, and seeing the process of just that, and then seeing the 6 week touch up and seeing how that would affect the microblading. And in my opinion, to be honest, I don't think it did much more than maybe darkened it up a bit and maybe made it last longer. But then again, I wouldn't completely know because I did do that process 2 months after. I didn't like do it one round, waited the whole year, came back and did it with the touch up, waited the whole year to compare. I don't have that research, but I definitely say the touch up is needed, and it's free. It does come with your session. You're with your first payment of your first fill. But it's definitely needed to just confirm the shape and everything. If you wanted to change anything, I think I did end up telling her to make them a little bit bigger and darken them up a bit. So I think that is what we did on the touch up. But after the first initial one, I'm telling you, after the first initial one, I was like, this is it. Why didn't I do this before? Like, this is literally a game changer. When I was walking out like, oh, we're ready to go. Where we going? I'm ready to go. Oh, where we going? Go to the street store? Where we going? I'm here. And then I would have my eyelashes done. So you know I wasn't playing games. Like, I'm ready to go. Yes, ma'am. No makeup needed. And it really does change you. It really just, when it doesn't change you, nothing can change who you are but you. It really does just make you feel more prepared for the day. Let's say it like that. It makes you feel more prepared for the day because your face just feels like, oh, or it just looks like, oh, you know, I'm ready to go out. My eyebrows are already done. And, you know, my eyebrows are already filled in. Just gives you that aura of, okay, I feel prepared. At least that's what it did for me. It just, I woke up, could look at myself and be like, okay, it's gone. Because I didn't have that sense of, oh, dang, I need to go fill in my eyebrows, or I need to go do my this, that, or the other, put some eyelashes on or anything. Like, now I can walk out. I don't have eyelashes on, just my eyebrows, and this is regular. It looks like I have a little bit of maybe makeup on, but I don't. I really don't. So it's really, I think it's because of the eyebrows. Oh, y'all see my dog? Little ears poking through. Luna. Anywho, so the process of getting my eyebrows microbladed. So I went on July 27th, like I told y'all, and I have my notes down here, so that's why I keep looking down. But I went on July 27th, and when I tell y'all that thing hurt, I was really like, why am I doing it? It hurt. Oh my goodness. I don't know if it's that I've never gotten a tattoo before, so I just wasn't expecting the pain. I wasn't ready for that. But that definitely was something to be, not to be taken lightly. It really is like one by one by one by one. They really are doing each single hair fine line one by one with the sharpest blade, and she's re-dipping the ink, blading it, and I'm just like, oh man, oh man, oh man. Cause it hurt. It really did. But it hurts while you're doing it. Like, when she would pause and stop, I'd be like, oh, okay, I feel good. And then she'd have to like rub the ink on it, or rub some, I'll have a video that I can insert. But when they rub the little ink on it or something, the thing on it, that burns. It feels like, I don't know if y'all have ever gotten a haircut and they had to put alcohol on it, but that's what it feels like. After you get your microblading done, she tells you how to take care of it afterwards, and there's like a little flyer that she'll give you that includes all the post-care instructions, which is like the first 3 days after you get it done, you have to be putting the little cream that they're going to give you on it every 2 hours, keep it out of direct sunlight, not using sunscreen or any lotions or any harsh creams or anything directly on your eyebrows, but just being very sensitive with them because it is like a fresh new tattoo. And then after that, then you can go from every 2 hours to maybe every couple hours. I think I started doing it like beginning and the end of the day after the 3 days, I believe it was, or maybe it was even once a day. It definitely lined it up how many times I put the cream on it, but I think it was at day 5 for me, day 4 or 5, that it started cracking. And I'll put a picture of what I mean. It started peeling, and I was like, ooh wee, because they don't tell you. At least I didn't know that when you first get it done, it's way darker. Well, they do tell you it's gonna lighten up a bit, but you don't realize like what they mean by it's gonna lighten up a bit. It was dark, like it was so dark when I got it done, and I liked it actually. If I'm being quite honest, I preferred how dark it was because it was just like it looked like you. It looked like you filled them in, okay? Like real dark, and I like the vibe of it. I don't know, maybe it was just because I knew it was gonna get lighter, so I was just like, okay, you know what, I'll just enjoy this while it's here. But I liked it how dark it was. I like them better now. Well, I like them both. I'm not gonna say I like one better. I like them both. I think they're the same shape. It's just how dark it is on your face. But when it starts peeling and when it starts cracking, it literally peels. Like, let me insert a photo. Okay, so that is it after it peeled, but after it peels, it's gonna like continue to peel for like the next couple days. I say it peeled, I think it started peeling like day 4, so maybe it peeled from day 4 to day 5 or 6, and then once it's done peeling, it's gonna look a bit faded, but then this actually shows out. Like, oh, when you have a new scar, right, and when you finally peels, it looks light and you're like, okay, it won't be too bad, but then after some time the color really comes through and it pops. That's what it looks like. That's literally what it looks like the color came through after and it came back darker. I thought it would be, because when it peeled, it looked like it was going to be back to normal, so I was kind of worried about that, but then it peels and it looks normal and it heals. Like, that is the healing process, so you really gotta let it go. Oh, one con that I would say, whew, that itches. When it's peeling, it really does itch. But you can't scratch it. Like, you're not supposed to scratch it, so definitely try not to do that. After it healed at day 6, then you kind of just let it be, and you can go back to normal, wearing your sunscreen, wearing your lotions, but you still don't want it to be in direct sunlight right after. You might want to give it that full week or 2 weeks to heal, and then you can go back to normal, doing your normal daily activities. I would just say keeping up to date with your touch-ups, that's important, because like I told you, I waited the 2 months. I didn't do 6 weeks after. I waited the full 2 months, and then I went for my touch-up, and it definitely darkened it up and brought the shape out, because I personally just wanted the arch to be a bit more enunciated. So that's what I did during my touch-up. And after your touch-up, it does go through that process again of being very dark and then peeling and then healing fully. So this is it healed months later, right? So if I got it done in my 2-month touch-up was in September. It is February now, so November, December, January, March. Oh, January, February. Oh, Lord Jesus, March. So it's been almost 4 to 5 months since I got it done. It looks good. It looks good. I like it. I really do. I definitely recommend this. If you are of faint eyebrows and you think you can just use a bit more enunciating in your eyebrows, I definitely think this is an investment towards yourself. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. Let's just say it. If it's cheap, you're probably going to someone who's not done it enough, and they're probably practicing on you, and I'd be worried of that. Or if it's cheap, maybe you know them and you got some connect, and that's great. Help a sister out, because I need to go in another year or so. Another con, first con, it's not cheap. Second con, it itches. It does itch, but you can't scratch it, so it's one of those things that you have to have some kind of self-restraint with. Third con, what was I gonna say? It's not cheap. It itches. Third con, you do have to go back. They say once a year is like the best timing for it, but if you are of darker skin, you may have to go back sooner than once a year, just because your pigment it tends to start fading sooner than those of fair skin tones. So just keep that in mind. But honestly, the way mine is going, it's been 5 months. They were telling me I would probably want to go back after 6 months, but I think I'm doing good. I think I'll see her again in July, to be honest. Sometime in July. July would be my year mark. So we'll see. I'll keep y'all updated, tell y'all when I need to go for an update, a touch up. But I'm putting my bet on it lasting at least a year to a year and a half. It's doing very well. Very well. I do sometimes, another fourth con would be sometimes I do go in and touch them up when I'm doing my makeup, but that's totally up to personal preference. You don't need to do that. You can walk out and they are done. Let me get close and personal for y'all. You know, let me let y'all see what's going on. But yeah, you can put makeup on and you can touch them up when you are doing your makeup, but you definitely don't need to do that. That is all up to personal preference. I just do that. Sometimes I like my eyebrows to be a little bit dramatic, so I will fill them in up sometimes, but it's totally up to you, like I said. Some pros, get ready to go all day, every day. Like, it's literally a game changer. Like, that's all I can say about it. It's a game changer. Another pro, everyone's gonna ask. Like, people are just gonna be like, oh wow, your eyebrows are just always done. Well, what do you use? What the products? People are gonna ask questions because it looks popping. Okay, period, point blank. You look good. Okay. People are gonna be asking you what you do, what products you use, and you can tell them that you got it microbladed, or you can choose not to tell them because it really does look natural. It just looks like you fill them in. If you do have more hair, you do have to have a bit of upkeep, and the upkeep is sometimes it is a bit tedious because how continuous it has to be, especially if you do have more hair to begin with. But that was regardless of you getting microbladed or not. If you were someone who was upkeeping your eyebrows, then you should already be used to having to pluck them, having to shape them, because the microblading is just a tattoo. It's just a semi-permanent tattoo that goes in the shape that you want it to be. But if your natural hairs grow outside of this shape, then you do still need to go in and pluck those hairs that are outside, just fine tune your eyebrows, or thread, whatever your personal forte be. I do have a bit more room to play with. I have been opening up and trying new things, so that's something that's been a fun little experience for me. I started doing plucking. Usually I would just shave, but now I'm plucking my own eyebrows. It hurts, but I do like how specific and detailed I can be with my eyebrows this way. But another pro I would say would be you can make it into whatever shape that matches your head. So what I mean by that is when they do the mapping of your eyebrows, there is like an actual ruler that they use that finds the middle. Oh, how do I explain that? It finds the middle of your eyes, but where the arch should be. So it literally maps your face, how your eyebrows, your natural eyebrow line should fall, right? And a good eyebrow tech will draw that natural line how it should fall for you, and then it's up to you to decide if you want to keep that. So mine natural eyebrow line was like, if this is where my arch starts, I believe she had to start a little lower. So okay, this is where it is now. I believe she had to start like here. So it was looking like, not to make me look crazy, but like it was looking like this a little bit. Yeah, it wasn't as arched as it is now. So it was more looking like this, which is better than nothing. But how I usually do my eyebrows is not how I want my eyebrows to be. So I needed them to be like this. So what I had her do was raise it a bit more, and that was after my 6 week. That's why your retouch is essential, because that's when you really get to say, well, you know what, I didn't like this aspect of it, was too long. Let's maybe make it thick so it doesn't look as long, or let me arch it up at this point, whatever it may be. So that's where you get to really like make that final decision if you want to alter anything or just want to reinstate what's already there, just make it darker, whatever it may be. But definitely for me, I just needed the arch to be raised, so that's what I did. So it's really cool that you get to like make your own eyebrow line if you didn't like where it was already. I definitely recommend. I would say I would give this process a 8 out of 10. It would be a 10 out of 10 if it was a cheaper process. If I'm being completely honest, it is definitely something that will cut a cool check. But when you think about it in a long scheme of things, it's once a year, right? And if you go to a good place and you take care of it, maybe you can get it a good 1.5 to 2 years out of it. And then if it's like that and you start budgeting, you're saving, knowing that this is something that you are going to spend later on in the year, then it's like, okay, I can do this. I can definitely make it happen. It's just, don't wait till the last minute and be like, all right, now I got to spend this money on this process I don't even want to do. And then you're missing your appointment. So it's like, well, not that you don't want to do, but you don't want to spend the money on. So definitely would have higher scores if it wasn't for the expense. But besides that, I love it. I definitely love the person I went to. I would recommend her. If you are thinking about getting this process done, definitely check out the Brow Coquette. You can see her past work. She works with people of darker skin tones, people of fairer skin tones. She just has great work. Her eyebrows are always popping, so it's definitely been a pleasure working with her. I'm gonna insert a video of like my uncovering video of my eyebrows, so I'm definitely going to show y'all what that looked like and my reaction to them. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if y'all want to see a 6-month update, because I will be at that 6 month soon. Or if y'all want to see a year update, whatever it may be, just make sure you comment and subscribe, y'all. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Gift out. There we go. Oh my god, that looks good. That looks so good.